Hi everybody, it's Sandy Sisleva. This is another edition of Brain Food for Accounting Leaders. And so welcome back. Today's topic is the Courage Cache. And we're going to talk about when you have those events that you know are coming up and you need extra kind of courage. So you know it's going to make you nervous. Maybe it's a personal conversation you need to have. Maybe it's a business conversation you need to have. Maybe it's a sales call with an important prospect. Maybe it's something that you need to talk with an employee about. For whatever reason, you may need courage at that time. And so the Courage Cache is what you can build to help you create a mindset right before you have that important event. It could also be right before you're giving a speech as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a little box of mementos, all right, that remind you of all the courageous moments you've had in your past. And what you can do is you can use them to anchor your mindset and to boost your courage around that, all right? So step one is to build your box of treasures. So you want to look around your house, look around your office, and see what gives you strength, what gives you courage. It could be a picture of your grandmother or a grandfather. It could be a trophy that you won. It could be something that reminds you of an event that you showed particular courage in. I have a handout associated with today's call as well. So I remember when I was a kid and didn't know any better and trained horses and bossed around those 2,000-pound animals. So I would probably put a toy horse in mine. You could also, if you can't recall moments of your own life, you could also grab some souvenirs that just, remind you of how brave people can be. So, for example, Amelia Earhart or Neil Armstrong, or something that reminds you of people that you admire. You could put that in there as well, although it's better to put in your personal things. So then once you get these information, these pieces together, these little mementos, then what you'll do is you'll prime the pump. And what I mean by that is you hold the piece in your hand and you go back to the moment that is memorable for you in your past. And you just live there for a minute. You visualize the five senses and, what were you eating, smelling, thinking, breathing, touching, tasting, hearing, seeing, and go back to that moment and live the courage that you have from that event. And do that for each of the pieces you have in your box. And just do that a couple of times, just whenever you feel like you'd like to build out your courage. And then right before the event where you need the courage, go back and prime the pump again. You may not have to spend quite that long as you did the first time. But if you look at all those items right before you go into a job interview or your speech or a sales call, then you're going to be able to enter your event very powerfully because you will have changed your mindset to become a very courageous one, and you'll be standing in the courage that you experienced from the past. So give the Courage Cache a try. It's a really interesting experiential tool that you can use to help you when you need additional strength and courage. All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you next week.